Okay, so generative AI, within my previous video, I created the following video over here. So I use a cup and I took some photos of that and I added those within Vue4 in order to track those within Unity. We see over here the alignment of the cup. And after that, I also rotated the cup 90 degrees. This will be the interface. So we have that edge that we need to position and we're going to see how that will go. Now, the main problem with this is that in order to create the 3D model of the cup, I went ahead within Solid, I added the photo, and I created this in a few minutes. Initially, I wanted to make this using Generative AI, but I was surprised that Generative AI outputted some really weird models. So I'm going to go over here within history and let's take a look. We see over here the same cup. So this is the reference, as we can see it. It's not the greatest picture. It's a photo that I have taken with my mobile phone, but regardless of that, even though it was within low light, I was expecting Generative AI to manage to create this. And this is actually the output. We see without the texture, this was the output using Hidden 3D. So, and if you consider this to be bad, I'm going to show you what Rodin did in this case. And this will be that output. So we see the same image over here. Maybe Rodin did some weird cropping, but we see the cup. And this is actually the output. So totally not resembling a cup. Now, not sure exactly what happened over here, but this is currently, let's say, the main problem with generative AI. Initially, when I made this video regarding the tracking of a cup within the environment, I decided to link it to generative AI since I thought that it will be faster. But actually, we see that it isn't faster. And in this case, it's even slower and with some pretty bad outputs over here. We see that Rodin properly identified the image, so ceramic mug with Denmark, team illustrations. So that's exactly what the cup is. But why is the output looking like this? I'm gonna go ahead and I will try a redo while still recording this video. But again, this doesn't make any sense. I will also go ahead and this reprocessing within Hidden 3D will take a lot of time, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do it. But we see that this is the current limitation. Even though the model has 2 million faces, this model is not that usable compared to something like a CAD model like this one that can be used, and it is quite low poly. In this case, converted and brought within Unity, it had like 12,000 faces. So compare that to this, that's a big step upwards. Now, I went ahead and I had this reprocessed. Not sure if Rodin will manage to output some better model. Again, I don't understand what is actually happening over here because we have that ceramic mug with Denmark team illustration. And we see over here that it acts really weird. So let me just go ahead and I will add a new image over here. So I will add the other cup because within that video I created two mugs. So it's actually not a cup, it's a mug that would better represent this. And yeah, both of those were tracked and both were modeled within Solid because again, Generative AI didn't manage to output some good models. I didn't went ahead and process the second one, which is a Christmas theme one, but I will want to check this output over here with Rodin because this will process quite fast and I'm really curious if that output will be better. I'm pretty sure that Rodin will read this, so it will be a ceramic mug. Most likely will add that it's a Christmas related theme, like the previous one had those Denmark theme illustration. So it's actually not a problem regarding the software not understanding the task. It's most likely of how it will use those informations within the image in order to output the model. And again, it's not only that Rodin will output this quite poorly. We see that Hidden 3D managed to at least output the shape of a mug, but it's not that great, as we can see it over here. Especially with the texture off, it will look similar to, let's say, a low poly, high poly barrel. mostly, not a mug. Now this should finish, so let's see what Rody managed. So white mug with red reindeer print. Okay, that's this. It's a weird naming over there, but yeah, we actually have a cup, and I'm quite surprised that in this case we're gonna see how the profile of the mug will be really good. And this can actually be used as a tracking object, even though those ornaments over here have been added as, let's say, similar to some ornaments that are being displayed on the model. I'm quite impressed that Rody managed to output this, considering that for the other mug, it outputted really poorly. But again, this is the bottom, let's say, the bottom line and the conclusion regarding this. Generative AI still has a long way to go. And in most cases, as we saw with that AR application, it is likely better to go ahead and have it modeled manually and then implemented, and it will work a lot better. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm gonna add a similar video on the left side, and you're also gonna find a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.